Hello my dear students, welcome back to my class. In the series of learning programming in C, in the previous video we have discussed about do while loop. So we have seen the syntax, flowchart and a small example program also. In today's video we will discuss about for loop. So those who are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you can get the notification of all the new videos. For loop. So in for loop, we say it is a fixed execution loop. So it is called as fixed execution loop because the number of iterations is known in advance. Means to say, when the user knows how many times a statement has to be executed repeatedly, then it is better to use for loop. So how to use this for loop? So we have to use the three parts of for loop. So we have loop initialization, loop condition and loop progress. Loop initialization initializes the loop with an initial value. It is going to represent the start of the loop. It indicates the starting point of the loop. Then loop condition usually will be some expression, some relational expression that indicates the end of the loop. In order to make an iteration from one value to another value, from one step to another step, we have to make use of loop progress, which makes use of some increment or decrement operator. So these are the things that what we use with for loop. It indicates the start value, which is loop initialization, initializing the loop with an initial value, and end indicates the ending of the loop, and iteration, that is loop progress, indicates the step value, at how many steps I need to increase or decrease the loop. So let us see the syntax, flowchart and example code of this. So this is what the syntax of for loop. So we have to use the keyword for followed with the brackets and the three things that what we said as the parts of the for loop: initialization, condition and loop progress, and the block of statements that has to be executed repeatedly based on the loop condition. So let us see how the flow will be for loop, like how the compiler is going to execute this for loop. So when the compiler encounters this for loop, the first thing that what it will do is, it is going to initialize the loop. Loop initialization is done only once. So once the loop initialization is done, then it will go to loop condition. Based on the loop condition, if the loop condition evaluates as true, we usually put some relational expression there. If that condition evaluates as true, then it has to get inside the loop and execute this complete block of statements. After executing this complete block of statements, it has to loop back. It will come to loop progress. Then here we will have some increment or decrement operator. Then the loop progress will be done, and once again it has to check the condition based on the iterated value. If the loop condition evaluates as true, then once again get inside, execute the complete set of statements and again loop back. Again loop progress takes place. Again check the condition with iterated value. If the condition once again evaluates as true, then once again get inside and execute the block of statements. Then again loop back. Again iteration takes place. Then check the condition. If the condition evaluates as false, then come out of the loop and the control will be to statement X. So here it is just like when I just ask you people to repeat your names 5 times. So we start with an initial value, say 1. So that is what loop initialization. Then we have to repeat our name 5 times. So I need to check whether I am reaching the last value or not. That is what loop condition. In order to take a jump from one value to another value, we take the step value. Say if I want to repeat my name second time, 1 step ahead. That is what loop progress. So I'll increment the value. Once again, I'll check whether I have reached the last value or not. So I'll check the condition. If true, then I'll repeat my name. So this goes on. until the last condition, that is until the last iteration. So I have to repeat my name 5 times. So 5th time I reach, I'll repeat my name, then I'll stop. So here also, so these set of statements gets executed repeatedly based on this condition. If the condition evaluates as true, execute. True, execute. Initialization will be done only once. So once we start with the first counter, do we get back? No. The same way, initialization will be done once. Check the condition. If true, execute the block of statements. Again loop back, then take a step value. Check the condition to check whether I have reached the end value or not. If not, again execute the statements. Loop back, check the condition, execute, loop back. Condition not satisfied means if I've reached the end, then I have to come out of the loop. Loop gets terminated and the control will be to statement X. Let us see the flowchart now. So here we have the symbol for loop. We call it as preparation symbol. We are going to prepare the loop with an initial value to final value. IV stands for initial value. FV say final value. So the loop has to go from initial value to final value, and I'm going to check the condition there whether we are within the bound of that initial value to final value. If true, if the condition evaluates as true, I'll execute the block of statements. The control variable, some control variable we will use. So we can just say control variable equal to initial value to final value. So I can represent this control variable here. It will go to the control variable. It is going to loop back. Then again I need to check whether I am within the bound, within the final value. If true, and execute the statements. Again loop back, check the condition. If true, execute the statements. Again loop back. If true, execute the statements. Then loop back. If false, I need to just come out of the loop. I shouldn't loop back here. I have to simply come out of the loop and the control continues here. The statement X, like what we have here, it continues with the statement X. Based on the condition, if true, execute. If false, then I have to continue with the statement X. You can also put it here as false and show the link, or straight away you can write it here. So true and false indicates the proper flow. True, execute the statements. Loop back, loop back. When the condition evaluates as false, it will not loop back. It will simply come to the next statement. So let us see a small example program. So here this program is going to print the value from 0 to n. So let us see how the program runs. So as soon as the compiler encounters this variable declaration statement, it is going to allocate the memory for I and n. I is the control variable, n is the variable to accept the limit of values. I say enter the limit, accept the value into n. So let me give the value as say 5. So the value of n is 5. The loop starts now. Loop initialization, I becomes 0. Let me write the iterations here. And this is what the output. So I am writing the iterations here. And this is what my output, that what I am going to get. So here what happens? Loop initialization is done once. I equal to 0. Then check the condition. I is 0. Is 0 less than n? N means 5. 0 less than 5? Yes. Condition evaluated as true. I need to get inside this block and execute this statement. Well, if you have only one statement for execution, you need not put that in compound statement. Just for proper syntax purpose I have written. But if it is a single statement for execution, you need not put this open and close brace. If you have multiple statements, then you can have the open and close brace to represent a compound statement to indicate based on the loop condition you execute a block of statement. Here I can also remove this. You can have a single statement without the brackets. Okay, let it be. So 0 less than n is 5, condition evaluated as true. I need to get inside and execute this statement where I am trying to print the value of I. So print the value of I. So I value means, this is what the I value. I value 0 will be printed in my output screen. Then loop back. I gets incremented I plus plus. What is increment operator? How it is going to increment the value? Well, I've done that video. Please do check out in my playlist. So I plus plus, I equal to I plus 1. I is 0. 0 plus 1, it is 1. Then with the iterated value, with the incremented value, you once again check the condition. So in the next iteration, I becomes 1. 1 less than 5. Yes, again the condition evaluated as 2. Once again get inside and execute this. Then print the value of I. So I am printing 1. So on my output screen I am going to get what? I have used the escape sequence /t. So space, I am going to get a space. Then the value 1 will be printed. Then again loop back. Again loop back. I gets increased. Now what's the value of I? From 1 to, it has incremented. 1 plus 1, it is 2. Again check the condition. Again check the condition. So in the next iteration, 2 less than 5. Yes, I'll print 2. In my output, I'm going to get 2. Again, loop back. I'm going to increment 3. 3 less than 5. Yes, again print the value of 3. I'm going to get the value 3 in my output screen. Loop back. It becomes 4. 4 less than 5. Yes, it is 2. Once again, print the value of that I. So I'm going to get 4. Again, loop back. It becomes 5. 5 less than 5. No, the condition evaluates as false. Then it should not get inside this block. It has to come out of the loop. Control will be to this statement that is outside this block. So statement X here I have get ch, then close the main program. So I've got the output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 means to say this statement executed repeatedly. How many times? 5 times I have executed this statement. So this is how the for loop works. We will see a few more examples of all these control statements, that is looping control statements, that is while, do while and for loop with execution in the next coming videos. So stay tuned to my channel. You can learn few more programs and the actual execution, the iterations explanation will be done in that videos. That's all for today's video. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.